understand this, what is physical, what is chemical change, what is very important is we have to understand what a change is first, right? So what is a change, guys? A change is something that changes. If you have a thing and that thing changes into something else, there is a change that has happened, right? If the water is cool and it boils up, there is a change. If there is ice and the ice melts, that is a change, right? If you're thin, then in the lockdown you become fat, that is a change, right? If you're if you're having a long hair, you cut the hair, you get short hair, that is a change. So we have a lot of changes happening around us, but these changes are further classified into physical and chemical changes depending on few things, and those few things we will be discussing in this class. So not to worry, let us dive into the topic. The first one we'll be discussing here now is the introduction to physical change. Let us see how this physical change happens. Now first let us discuss with an activity. How many of you guys have know origami? Know to make few things out of paper? Any things? Any toy or any like just a rocket, a boat? Do you guys know it? How to make one? Yes. So most of us know how to make it. We have been doing that in schools. Especially when I was in school, I was like making the rockets, and I used to throw it on people. It used to hit on their heads, right? So we've had all of this fun when I was in school. When you guys are still in school, you guys can still do it. So we guys have done that. So what happens is, first we take a plain sheet of paper. Then what do? We fold this sheet and then make it into something else. Now, can we consider that as a change? Of course, we can consider that as a change, because the plain sheet of paper has now changed into something else. It has been changed into a ball, it has been changed into an aeroplane, it's been changed into a boat, or whatever you can do with it, it's been changed. Right? Yes. Now, what else changes can you do apart from making origami, apart from crushing it? You can tear it. Tearing a paper is also a change, right? It's no longer the same paper. There's been a change that has happened. One more thing. If you are very, very crazy, what you can do is you can start burning the paper. Nobody do this in your house. Okay? You can start burning the paper. What will happen? Paper is going to turn into ash. Paper is going to turn back into ash. So that is also one of the changes that is happening. Now, right now we have seen a lot of changes. Now, the one thing that we have to answer is, which of the previous activities that can be reversed? Okay? Folding and crushing of a paper, or tearing of burning of a paper. Which of this can be reversed back to its original form? That is the plain sheet of paper. The quiz starts in 3, 2, 1. Now, come on guys, hit it. As that folding and crushing of the paper can be reversed. In fact, what cannot be reversed is tearing and burning of the paper, because once you start burning it, what happens is it gets converted into ash. And can you bring back the paper from the ash? Not at all possible, isn't it? Yeah, so keeping that in mind, let us go forward. Now, yes, folding, which we learned about this. Yes. Now let us talk about few more changes that is happening around us, which may not be reversed. Okay. Now, let us talk about changes based on the nature of the change. For an example, if something is happening for an object or for anything, if it is undergoing a change, what happens to its nature? What happens to its properties is what we are going to be learning here. Okay. So the nature of the change, what does it mean? Is the changes in properties of the substance. Which means, what are the properties of us, guys? Like, what are the properties of us? One is weight, how high we are, how heavy we are, how tall we are. That is one of the other things, properties of us. What is our color? That is one property, right? What is our age? That is one property. So we have a lot of properties. Similarly, all of the other things that undergo change has its own properties, isn't it? Yes, do you guys agree? All of them have its own properties, yes or no? Obviously, sir. Everything is going to have its own property. So now we are going to be talking about what the change according to that property. What will happen to that properties if a change occurs is what we are going to be talking. Let's go forward. Yes. Look further. The change is now divided into two types. One is the physical change. Another one is the chemical change that it is being divided into. Yes. Now let us deeply understand what physical change is and what chemical change is. Okay. forward, let us start with the physical change. As we are starting with the physical change, we will understand what is the difference between that chemical change and the physical change that occurs. So why is it chemical? Why is this physical? What are the changes? What is the differences between that and this? Now, when a change is happening, when can you consider that change as physical, and when can you consider another change as chemical? How can you identify it? Yes, so all of that questions we will be answering by the end of the session. We will get to know answers for all of that. Okay, so keeping that in mind, let us first start discussing about the physical change. Yes, so here it is. Let us say Shivam here suddenly got long hair in his lockdown, Shivam Kumar. So he had to go to the salon to get his hair cut. Now, what happened once the hair is cut? The hair becomes short, right? The hair becomes short. Now, you guys are going to tell me what type of change is this? Do you guys think her hair will grow back? Will the hair grow back? Yes or no, all of you? Will Shivam's hair grow back? Right? Huh? So obviously, now look at this. Exactly, the hair is going to grow back because the size of the change in size of an object is considered as the physical change. Now we can consider this as a physical change because this is reversible. How is it reversible? Because after a few days, you're going to get the long hair again. The length becomes less and the length again going to become the same. Because after a few months, it's going to start growing back again. So can we call this a reversible change, all of you? Can we call this reversible? Obviously, we can call this a reversible change exactly. Why? Because the original thing is going to come back after some time. It is being reversed back. It's getting short, guys. The hair is getting short. From long to short, that is one change. Again, after a few months, it's going to become long again. That's the reversible change that happens here. Yes, I hope all of you are getting it. Next, let us understand the physics. Let us understand by looking at one more activity here. What is that activity? That is taking the ice cubes. This is going to be very, very interesting because we all love ice cubes. It's very, very chill. I had a friend who eats ice cubes just like that. Like she just pours it in her mouth and starts. So what are we going to do is we're going to take this glass and keep it outside in the sun. Now, what happens to the ice, guys? What happens to the ice? Let me know in the chat box. What happens to the ice if you keep it in the sun? They start melting. Exactly. The ice starts melting. It becomes into water. Can we consider that as a change? Can we consider that as a change? Obviously, yes. We can consider that as a change. Now, after that, what you're going to do is you're going to take that mixture, which is where ice is also there, water is also there. You're going to take it and keep it back in the fridge. Now, once you keep that in the fridge, what happens to that? What happens to the water? What happens to the water? It turns back into ice. It freezes. The water freezes back to ice. Exactly, guys, all of you. Yes? Does the mixture change to ice? Yes, it does change into ice because it undergoes freezing. Now, can we tell that this is reversible? Can we call this a reversible change, all of you? Yes or no? Yes, we can call this. Yes, it's reversible, right? Good job, all of you. Let's go forward. Now, we have talking about all of this. What did we observe from the activity? That when we keep it in the sun, if we increase the temperature, the ice turns into water. And again, if you keep it in the fridge, by reducing the temperature, you're cooling it, it becomes into ice again. So this change is a reversible change. Alright, but to talk about what exactly is a reversible change is, the physical state of a substance changes from solid to liquid to gas, and this change is reversible. Forget that. In the physical change, guys, no new substance is formed. Whenever there is a physical change that is happening, remember, no new substance is formed. We just saw about a change where ice is becoming water and water is becoming back to ice. Did we see any new substance that was evolved? Yes or no? Did we see any new substance? Substance that was formed. So that, my dear friends, is called as a physical change. Physical change, very simple. Now we know one of the things. I'll try to answer this question. Physical state of a substance changes from solid to liquid and liquid to gas, and these changes are what? Reversible, irreversible, impossible, none of this. The quiz starts in 3, 2, 1. Now come on. Exactly, it is reversible. Yes, you can again bring back the solid. It goes to solid to liquid to gas. Again, it can be brought back to solid to liquid, sorry, gas to liquid to gas. It can be brought back. Yes. Let us do one of the activity. For this activity, nobody don't try this at your home. Just know this what happens in this activity. We have a tongue to hold the hacksaw blade, a metal blade. What do? We start heating the blade. All right, we are on the stove. We start heating the blade. Now, does the color of the hacksaw blade change? Yes or no, guys? In the chat box, will the color of the red, red, it changes to red, right? Black, no, not black, it changes into red because it's getting heated up, burnt red, exactly, it changes into red. Now, is that a change? Is that a change? Yes, of course, that is a change that happened over there. Wasn't it, guys? That is a change that happened over there. Of course, when it is heated, the change is happening. Now, we talked about the physical properties of a substance, right? So, is color a physical property of a substance? Of course, color is a physical property of a substance, and we know that it is. Now, my question is it reversible, guys? Yes or no? Do you guys think it can be again gone back to the same color, from red to its same color? Is it reversible or not? Of course it's reversible. Exactly, it is reversible. If you again cool it down, what happens? The heat is gone. Once the heat is gone, it becomes into its original color, isn't it? You guys would have noticed this. For an example, when you're making grill, the grill is very, very hot. It becomes red. After you off the grill, what happens to it? It becomes into black again. It goes back to its original color. So can we consider this as a reversible change? Of course, yes. We can consider this as a reversible change. Alright, very simple. Now what happened here? Where does the change happen? The change happened in the color. It changed it from one color to another color. But what did it retain? It retained its original state. Yes, it did not change into something else. Right? It retained its original state. Now what did we observe from this activity is change in the physical property. What happened here? The color of the substance changed. Is the physical change, and it is reversible. Here also there was no new substance formed. So this is also an example of the physical change. Are you guys with me? A quick physical change is if a substance undergoes change in its physical properties like shape, size and state of the substance or color, etc. is called as a physical change. This is the definition. I hope all of you understood it. Have a look at it once quickly. When a substance undergoes the change in physical properties, what are the physical properties like size, shape, color and the state of the substance? What does state mean? The states of substances, solid, liquid to gas. How ice became to liquid, liquid again became to gas when heating it. That is the change of state. And all of this is, most of them are reversible, and here no new substance is formed. It's the same substance that is undergoing change. Okay, very good. So keeping that in mind, yes, no new substance is formed whenever a physical change happens. Exactly. Now look at this, mixing two colored marbles. Are we getting any new substance? When you're cutting wood, chopping wood, are you getting a new substance? No, it is the same wood. When you're shredding the paper or tearing the paper, are you getting the new substance? No, it is the paper that's undergoing the change. When the ice is melting, is there a new substance? No, it is H2O. It is water in both the cases. Isn't it? Very, very simple. I hope all of you are understanding whatever you're learning. So no new substance is formed, only the physical appearance changes of the substance that is undergoing change. Very good. Yes. Now most of the change in the physical is generally reversible, not so far we discussed. A quick yes if you have doubt, no if you don't have any doubts. It is option B, all of the above. Yes. Next question. Which of the following is a physical change? Melting of ice, boiling of water, both A and B, none of the above. The quiz starts in 3. Good job. The answer is again very simple. It is option C, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Both A and B, these both are the physical changes we're talking about. Next one. Which of the following statement is incorrect for a physical change? Which is not correct here. A physical change may be reversible. There is a change in the chemical composition of a substance. No new substance is formed. There is a change in the physical property. In this 4, which one is the wrong one about physical change? The quiz starts in 3, 2, 1, now. The answer is very easy. That is option B. There is a change in the chemical composition of the substance. No. It is the same substance that is undergoing change. Only the physical property is changing, not the chemical composition. Next question, all of you. Dissolving sugar in water is a what? Is it a physical change? Chemical change? Hey guys, it is a physical change, not a chemical change. Let us go on to the next topic, alright? So what we have learned so far is we have learned about physical change. Under physical change, what did we learn? We learned that a change in the physical properties of the substance is called as the physical change. The physical property. Example, its shape, size, its color, all of that. Its state, all of that is a physical property of it. When there is a change in that, that is called as the physical change. Exactly. One more thing is, in physical changes, no new substance is formed. Yes. Next, third one, no change in the chemical composition of the substance. Exactly, there is no change in the chemical composition. Example, boiling, melting and freezing. Very good. So we have covered about the types of changes, but we are yet to cover about the chemical change. Isn't it, guys? So we'll quickly cover that also. 1 second, all of you.